Well, my sound wasn't on. Great. Well, as I was trying to explain, but I didn't notice I was muted, I just got checking my croissants. They're a little bit on the crispy side, but I was kind of showing you guys how bad my hair was in my Undertale shirt. So, I should have the voice on, and it should be ready to go. I'm hoping everyone can hear me okay. But anyways, what I was saying is, if you guys are watching this in the future, when I have this Underswap animation done that has a dub to it, please watch the animation first, just to prevent any spoilers. Because some people, you know how it is, if you're watching animation, you don't want to spoil anything. So, if you are watching this in the future and this animation is done, please go check out the video. I will leave an annotation in the video and a link in the description so you guys can check that out. But from this point on, I'm going to start working on the animation, so again, if you guys don't want spoilers, I highly recommend you go to that video first. Once that video is uploaded, I'll have the annotation and check that out first, and then come back here if you'd like. But let's get started. Alright. You're going to hear a little bit of voices kind of repeating and a little bit of audio kind of scraping and scrubbing. That's just simply for me to voice sync accurate. So as I'm going to do the voice syncing, I will not talk. Just so that, you know, we're not going to get a whole bunch of noise. I just turned off the scrubbing now so that you guys don't have to hear it while I get to the part where he's laughing. Now, I thought laughing was going to be super difficult, but it's not as hard as I thought. But it's still a little bit tricky because I got to make sure the mouth movements move nice enough. Anyhow, let's see. Here we go. So I'm going to mute my mic for this point so you guys don't have double feedback going on, if that's the word for it. So here we go.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Ah, that's rich. Way to get your shower kisses.
Leaving. I'm leaving. leaving.
Okay, I'm gonna put my sound on. You're gonna hear a bit of fan noise because my computer's getting warm, but that's essentially how I kind of lip sync everything. I don't know if you guys can see those numbers very good, but I'm animating at 16 frames per second. And what I typically do is I'll do the animation pretty smooth on my phone through Flip-a-Clip, and then I'll go in and export all the frames, and then after that I'll get into the Toon Boom, and then what I'll do after that is I'll go and import those frames by simply shift clicking and then selecting all those frames within that folder, and then it imports these sketch frames as you see here that I'm tracing right now. My one beef with Toon Boom is that the lines aren't as nice as working with Psy, so that's my only complaint with it, but... Oh yes, and when you seal a line, you gotta make sure your lines are sealed pretty good, because if you don't, it'll do like what you just seen there, where it'll color what you don't really want colored in that color. That's the other thing you kind of have to watch out for. I try to make the smooth lines on here, but it's always hit and miss. And I mean, there's always other ways you can animate too. I mean, you can go into Photoshop and animate, or you can just, if you're really strapped for cash or want a cheap way of doing it, you could go with something like, say, Windows Movie Maker and do it that way in a slideshow. But I don't recommend Movie Maker too much anymore because it's very unstable and it's a pretty dated program. So if you found something that did a slideshow but could do it really fast, like decently fast enough that you have the animation looking smooth, then by all means you can do it that way too. I used to recommend that for, like, if you really want to go the freebie way of making animations, but it's also kind of, like I said, unstable. I used that back when I had the Invader Zim fan animation, but it was so unbearably unstable. I had to constantly reset the program because it would just crash. Worse, almost just as bad as Flash crashed for me, and that was bad. Nothing is worse than working on an animation and you got 100 frames down, only to have the program crash on you right in the heat of the moment. I've had it happen so many times, and it doesn't make it easier the more times you get. You don't really get used to losing progress like that. It's always terrible to do that, because then it puts you back so much, and it's like you could have had this animation done so much more faster, but then it crashes on you. Not very nice. Yeah, I really thought laughing would be much more harder to animate, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be. And actually, when I animated this, I didn't actually have, well, Flip-a-Clip doesn't have this feature where you can go and hear the sound and sync it like you can with Toon Boom. So, when I animated this, I didn't really animate the mouth movements to it. Especially because this one has a dub, well, this is actually a comic dub I'm animating, so if I was to try and lip sync now, I would just be wasting my time because things wouldn't sync up. too great, but I actually kind of lucked out and had a good kind of idea how the voices were going to be and the placement of everything. I was just basically focused on movement, and when you don't have the voices yet, it's always best to focus on your emotion first, because at least, you know, you can, how would I say this? Not cheat, but save yourself a load of time doing a bunch of lip syncing that may not quite sync up properly. That's a tip I would give you. If you're doing an animation on Flip Clip and there's already audio for it, or you're planning to put audio onto it, do not waste your time lip syncing until you actually have the voices down. Just focus on getting your emotions down, because once you got your emotions down, it's pretty much touch and go from there. And the other thing too is, like I said, do sketch animation, because that, you know, when you do sketch animation, you're okay to kind of mess up. You don't have to do your lines really perfect, blah blah blah. And the great thing with Toon Boom that I like about it is you can go there and it's like literally having tracing paper for the onion skin, if you have the pro version, that is. In the pro version, you have onion skinning, and you also don't have the watermark that you may have seen on some fan animations people have had. And it's also only for Android as far as I know, but I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain it's only for Android. So if you have something like a Samsung phone, a Samsung Note, or any phone that has a stylus, that would be the optimal thing, because then you literally can go and bam 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 do animations all you like. Presuming that you're not going to get in trouble for it or anything, because I do not recommend animating in class, because, you know, some teachers are okay with it, like with drawing in class, but others are terrible. I had a teacher who would always keep taking away my doodle book every time, and she didn't understand that that was my way of trying to concentrate in class. Most people thought that was just me pissing around, pardon my language, but it was really my way of kind of concentrating. So that's kind of a little backstory about me there with the whole drawing thing. But yeah, like I said, don't animate where it's gonna get you in trouble, but you know, do your own thing in your spare time and have fun with it. And don't try and strive to be like a perfectionist right off the hop. I mean, you're going to make mistakes. That's part of the learning process with anything. Animating, drawing, anything. You're always going to make some mistake. But don't be afraid to make mistakes when you animate. Sure, you're not going to have the most popular animation right off the hop. Trust me, I've been there where, you know, I've made animations and I look back at them now and I kind of cringe, but it's like, I also kind of like it too, because this is kind of where I was back then, and I can look and reflect and say, this is where I am now. And I'm pretty happy how far I've gotten. And if I hadn't kept making mistakes and getting messy, as Miss Frizzle would have said it, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now today in terms of animating skill, or even drawing skill for that matter. Because if I was to show you guys my old drawings from way back in grade 5, my dragons looked like frogs with wings. I ain't gonna lie. I don't have anything that old, but yeah, they were pretty blocky, and I thought my drawings were the best in the world. And I mean, it's not bad to be a little bit, how would you say, proud of yourself, because if you don't have a little bit of self-esteem, that kind of hurts your ability to really improve too, because if you're scared, you know, you see your art as being crappy and not that great, well, that kind of hampers you too. So, you know, you don't want to think you're perfect, but at the same time, you want to also have that little bit of self-esteem to keep pushing you. It's kind of a yin-yang kind of balance, right? But no, don't feel bad if your animations don't catch on right away. I just made a boo-boo here. That hand is way too big. But yeah, don't be afraid to make your little mistakes here and there, and it's okay if your animation's not perfect. I mean, yeah, not everyone's gonna like your animation right away, but it'll come. It takes some time, and I mean, I didn't expect to get the support I did when I initially started either. I mean, I wasn't no perfect animator by any means. I had to build my skill up. I've been doing drawing and animating for a long time. Well, my first animation was actually made in grade 6, and it was a really choppy, traditional animation. It was like, kind of like a logo thing I did for my DeviantArt way back when. Well, actually, no. I made the animation back in grade 6, yes, but I wasn't able to go on to DeviantArt until... Well, I didn't go on to DeviantArt until grade 7, actually. Sorry for my rambling. But that was my very first animation, and my second one was a Spyro to Dark Spyro animation. That was when Spyro A New Beginning came out, and I see people still favorite that, and I'm quite kind of shocked, because it's like, yeah, there's much more better stuff to look at than that, and I had tried to plan on remaking it, but I was like, well, I'm not really into the reboot of Spyro, especially the Skylanders version. Not too much of a fan of it. I did buy the game, and I did try it, and I have the figures, but I didn't see anything too great from it. I thought maybe the multiplayer game mode might have a little bit of potential, but it was very short-lived, and I ended up losing the USB for it. I'm trying to get rid of it. Trying to get rid of the whole thing. I mean, if I have to, I'll get one of those portal of powers from Value Village, and and just basically sell everything as is. Because I'm not using it anymore. Those figures are collecting dust, and I'm kind of sitting back, and I'm like, why did I even buy these things? I knew I didn't like them. And I especially didn't like Spyro's design that Activision changed it to, because he looks, to me, like a goblin now. Some of you probably do like Skylanders, so I'm not trying to crap on what you guys like, but to me, that's just kind of my personal opinion about that. Yeah, I know it's kind of unrelated to this, but I tend to do that. Gotta blame my ADHD for that one, I'm sorry. But what I was saying is that, yeah, just keep practicing drawing, don't be afraid to make mistakes, and, you know, if you make mistakes, don't feel bad about it, because that's learning, and you'll learn that, okay, this wasn't exactly how it should be, and I know I could do it better, and you learn from it. And it's a good thing. It happens. Trust me, I have a lot of stories I could say about how many mistakes I've made in post-secondary. I actually accidentally made chlorine gas once by accident. All because I misread an instruction. And while that is a really bad mistake, like a little bit dangerous, it was just lucky that I didn't make a very high dose. It was like, oh, I can't remember, I think it was 3 molar hydrochloric acid, but I'm getting really sciencey, and probably a lot of that's over your guys' league on terms of science stuff, but if you guys don't know what hydrochloric acid is, it's a very strong acid, very corrosive, and you do not want to be getting that on your skin, because it will burn you very, very bad. Hydrochloric acid is essentially what your stomach acid is. That's what that is. So essentially, and this probably won't paint a very good picture, it's essentially like having your stomach acids kind of digest you, but they're not being stomach acids. And this was a weaker dose too. It's not like it was full concentrated, it was just, like I said, 3 molar, so. Still very potent, but could be a lot more worse. But that's our working standard when I was in bioscience. Alright, so I think that looks pretty good. Yeah, sorry if I go on quick tangents. Like I said, I got a little bit of ADHD, so I tend to kind of ramble on about random stuff from time to time and get off topic, but I'm trying to kind of keep that under wraps, or not under wraps, but under the reins, I guess you could say. quick little thing to show you my little Shiba. Yes, I have a Doge. And yes, it is a male. I just call him Shiba because that's his nickname. Nico! Hey. Alright, there's my doggy. There he is. Say hi, Nico! Hey, say hi to the YouTubers out there. I have a Doge. I've had him for a year now. He's 2.5. And he's very cute. And he's a little bit growly because he just woke up. Yeah, right. Eh? Yeah. He's got a little bit of an attitude thing once in a while, but he's pretty good overall. But I figured I'd show you guys all that. Have a little something floofy to look at. Just as an intermission. But I'm hoping if all goes well, I got the whole day off tomorrow. I'm going to keep working on this tomorrow too, and I'm hoping I can get this done within the next, I don't know, say 2 to 3, well, not 2 to 3 weeks, that's a little bit high, but at least the next 2 weeks for sure. Because I really just have left to sink is just this last, what are you doing, dog? Did a weird thing. But anyways, yeah, so what I was saying is I should hopefully have this done within the next 2 weeks if all goes well and I have the motivation to keep working on this. I'm hoping even the quickest would be the next week, but I don't think I'll get done that fast. But latest would be, say, 3 weeks. But I'm hoping it won't take that long because I really got I want another animation to make too. And I've got that, and I really want to make my fan animation for another Gaster Blaster Sans animation, but it's based on my own version of it, called Double G Blaster Sans. If you guys want to know more about it, check out my DeviantArt at dragonfire1000.deviantart.com. And I've got a few concepts up there, a few asks. I do have an Ask Double G Blaster Sans if you guys would like to do that. And maybe I could turn some of those into an animation. I don't know yet. It wouldn't be a bad idea, but there will be more GB Sans, so. Well, I don't want to totally promise that, because I also want to forewarn that when I go back to school at the end of August, I will be going on kind of a partial hiatus, and depending how bad or how tough the course is going to be, will affect how bad or how much it'll really be a hiatus. If it's not too bad this year, which I'm hoping it won't be, then maybe I might have some spare time to actually work on these kind of animation projects, because your guys' views all help support me, and I really appreciate everything that you guys do. Like, even a simple view helps me out. Immensely. Every view counts, and it really helps me out. It may not seem like it, but it really does. And I just want to say, guys, I really thank you so much that I've almost hit 700 subscribers now. I believe it was 675 now. So really appreciate that support, and if I can keep that going, it's going to help me out immensely, and it's going to make me want to make more animations, because, like I said, that is helping me, kind of supporting me, too. And I may even consider a Patreon, too. If the support's high enough, I will also make a Patreon and see about giving special little gifts for you guys for your support. So, that's kind of in the works. And it would be something like possibly free commissions, or if you guys want me to do a t-shirt design. I can't do t-shirts myself, but I may do something like on Society 6, where I might sell some t-shirt prints, possibly of Gas Blaster Sands or something of that sort. But if you guys want to see some shirt designs and you'd be willing to, you know, support that as well, I may consider opening up a Society 6 account and sell some prints. And it's not just t-shirts too, there's also iPhone cases, I believe there is, and a few other things. So if this sounds pretty cool and you guys would be willing to support that, I will definitely consider opening up a Society 6 account for selling those prints. I will definitely consider that. Okay. And the other thing is too, I'm also considering not leaking out this information. I might just do private Patreon live streams as well, for those that are supporting the channel. I'm not sure yet. I probably won't yet. Not for a while anyway, but I will do public live streams, but also do private ones too. Possibly commission live streams, so if you commission something for me, say on DeviantArt or something, well, not even that, I'm kind of just rambling on, but I'd probably give like special tutorials and stuff like that, or I don't know, even discounts off my commissions on DeviantArt as well, depending on your Tumblr or your Patreon donation. But like I said, the Patreon thing's not final yet, and I see that YouTube's starting to implement a kind of fundraiser thing as well, like Patreon, so it's not available in my country yet, darn Canada, but hopefully it will come available soon, and I will do that. And if you guys support my channel that way, once that feature becomes available, I'll see about maybe giving you some special insights, features, tips, tricks, blah blah blah, you know, even specialized commissions for you. And like I said, also possibly some t-shirts, or like I said, customized t-shirt designs too, if I was to go on Society 6 and start selling prints. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll see what happens with that anyway. That's way too big for hand. Oh, what the heck, no sound there. Alright, I'm gonna mute my mic again so that the sound doesn't kind of backfade again.
Undertale, huh? Can't be that bad, can it?
The humans seem to freak out a lot about this, so let's see what all the hype's about.
Well, you have quite the fan base out here.
That is really laggy. I didn't expect that to lag out that hard, but trust me, it's going to be a lot more smoother than that. It's just my computer is really, really hot. I'm actually going to take it out of my my case because it's like so hot. So if for whatever reason my live stream goes completely black, It'll be because my computer overheated. I'm hoping that's not going to happen. It's happened only once. But I don't want it to happen again. That would really suck. Yeah, quick second here. I'm gonna put some music on. You quick. Looks like I'm gonna have to move that Sam's eyes a bit. This looks dumb. His eyes are all over the place. Here. Okay. play another song. That was my dog. Disregard that arm there, that's just one of the frames getting kind of imported weird. He's not gonna have two pairs of arms, so don't worry about it. I'm just gonna have that loop because I'm too lazy to change the music. this isn't good. Well, you guys saw that. My battery's getting a little low, so I guess this is going to have to be the end of the live stream for now anyway. Would put this on the charger, but it is getting fairly late, so I'll probably wrap it up pretty much now. But this will be the next animation coming out, so look forward to it. If you're watching this in the future, here's how it was made. But anyway, guys, I'll talk to you all later, and